We know what's next. We're going to have another major coronavirus pandemic before the end of this decade, before 2030. We're going to have zoonotic influenza illness. We're going to have arboviruses, mosquito-transmitted viruses, because of that combination of climate change. We're seeing that now on the Gulf Coast. So, put your tray tables in the upright position and your seats forward and your seatbelts on, because this is unfortunately a new wave of pandemics is going to be upon us because of that combination of 21st century forces of climate change and urbanization and human migrations. Here's what we need. We need to have that recognition that COVID-19, unfortunately, could be just a warm-up act, that there are far worse pandemics that could be upon us. So now's our time to be building capacity to fight it, ramping up our ability to make vaccines, enabling the virologists to do the surveillance. But unfortunately, what you're starting to see now is this revisionist history that wants to blame the virologists for creating the pandemic. So instead of containing the viruses, we're containing the virologists, and that's going to have tragic consequences.
So a couple years ago when Kanye was going on his rant, Kanye told us that Corey Gamble was a plant and he was first working for Diddy. And I can never skip the fact that Corey Gamble was at Kim Porter's house when she passed away. They were not even together during this time. And then Kanye said Corey Gamble went to Justin Bieber to be his tour manager after working for Diddy. We all know the rumors about Justin Bieber and Diddy. I don't even have to get into that. But it's super weird that you end up from Diddy to Justin Bieber. And then he explained this is when Corey Gamble got with Kris Jenner. Kanye even listed the names of people who had to do whatever they were told, naming Jay-Z and Beyonce. He also named Meek Mills and Lil Boosie, and he said the reason that these people have to listen to whatever they're told and pull on Kanye's coattail while he was outing everything so publicly is because they unalived people. He even posted the text messages on his Instagram to Diddy. Didn't like our combo, I'm selling these teas. And at the end he said, come do something illegal to me, please. Diddy actually texted back kind of crazy saying, send me an address. Let's stop playing these internet games and don't feel threatened. You'll be fine. Just love. And during all of these rants, he was talking about people who got offed in the industry like Michael Jackson, Prince, and even Aaron Carter. And the rumor being spread is Aaron Carter was about to out everything happening in Hollywood. And weirdly enough, before Aaron Carter passed away, he actually said on Twitter, yo, Kanye, let's talk man to man.
Lucifer was a word for the planet Venus. Venus was always referred to in the Latin world as Lucifer, because it was the bringer of the dawn. That's what the scripture says in Isaiah 14:12 through 14. O Lucifer, how you have been cut down, you were son of the dawn. The son of the dawn, Lucifer, was the planet Venus, because the ancient peoples in the ancient Egyptian religion would go out, the ancient priests of Egypt would go out in early morning, but way before the sun comes up, and would see Venus coming up in the east. Well, when you see Venus, which it obviously was a very bright star, still is today, but must have been very impressive to the ancient Egyptians to see this beautiful star coming up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And they knew, once you see Venus, there's only going to be a short period of time before light will be coming into the world. And then you will see the sun breaking on the horizon. And so Venus always heralded and told the world that the sun was coming. So it was the bringer of the dawn. And so the word for Venus was Lucifer. The Latin word was Lucifer. So Lucifer was the light of the world that preceded the light of the world.
What is this? Pay close attention. If you see anything weird, tell us. Leave comments. Oh, look at the flag there.
I have a friend who knows and met Diddy right before all this chaos broke out, and what I know about his connection to all of these people is important on a global scale. I have to be very careful with what I say here, because if I shared everything I know about this, most people just would not be able to grasp, and I don't want to get my account removed. So all major celebrities, if you look it up, have some kind of connection to a major alcohol brand. Well, why alcohol? Because alcohol historically has been used to extract the soul essence out of plants, living things, including yourself. Now, before Diddy had his alcohol brand, he was signed to one of the largest record labels, Atlantic. Atlantic is owned by Warner Bros., which is owned by the two largest investment funds, BlackRock and Vanguard. Also own all major record labels, all major beverage and food companies, and all of these companies, your social media, what you see, what you don't see. If you're still not understanding the point of what I'm saying here, there's a big club and you're not in it. And the way you get in this club is not what you think. It's not by selling your own SOUL. It's by making an energetic deal to exploit the masses on a large scale in exchange for money, wealth, power, and bypassing karmic law. Celebrities promote darkness, alcohol, other things that you take, violence, casual sex. In their music, in the things that they do, when they do it publicly, they are escaping karmic debt. As in the public eye, if you think the way of darkness is light, then the light is given to the false prophets. Don't forget, the people who own these musicians and celebrities are also the same people who own the largest alcohol brands.
Who and what is the Committee of 300? Well, I've dealt with that. I've told you this is a supranational body that knows no boundaries, respects the laws of no countries. The first time that they were publicly announced was by a German socialist by the name of Walter Rathenau. I'll give you some background of Walter Rathenau. He was the financial advisor to the Kaiser of Germany, and he was also the financial advisor to the Rothschilds, the French family Rothschild. So he must have known what he's talking about. He made an astonishing statement in 1934. He said, there is a committee of 300 men that rule the world. They are known only to each other, and nothing happens without their consent. The goals then, very simply stated, are to make the world over into a one world, new world order, dictatorship, controlled utterly and completely by this Committee of 300. They do it by dint and by virtue of their fantastic wealth and the fact that they control thousands of the top banking institutions, the political organizations, insurance companies, but their strongest arm is called the Club of Rome. Now, when I first heard of the Club of Rome in 1969, I immediately began my investigation.
Look at this. This card game is from 1994. Let's check it out. Watch till the end kindly and let's find out what's interesting. Look at these pictures. Yo, this is crazy stuff. The pictures here are allegedly are of stuff that is going on or has happened. What? Is this real? Do you think these cards are really from that time they are saying, or these are recently made cards with the information that maybe looks like real life? This is crazy. All the coincidences almost look real. I know. I don't think these are cards from the past. Look at the coloring of these cards. Do you think they are from 1990s?
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarmingly, some media simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 Aye. Oh, satanic Illuminati, what is these things? Oh, my friend. Aye, are you seeing this? What is going on here? The Roman Catholics, aye. Oh, my God. You see, I've ever entered in one of these churches and I saw drawings on the walls and the statues, and I was quite surprised. Good vibe source, you see? I understand this other good vibe source.
believe this? After Pope Francis openly defied the word of God, look what happened to his representative statue.
It wasn't just that the lightning bolt struck the statue. Now that's a halo around the head. What does a halo symbolize? It symbolizes holiness, the holiness of the person around whom is the halo. Now this is what the lightning did. The lightning bolt removed the halo from the statue. It removed the sign of holiness on the statue that points to Pope Francis. I want you to look at the hand of the statue before the striking of the lightning bolt. The hand is holding the keys, as in the keys of Peter. The lightning bolt removed the keys. The keys are a sign of authority, saying authority is gone.
Amen. Hit subscribe or follow it.
And that's why motion picture stars are called movie stars, because in the Bible, stars were referred to as lesser illuminaries. So these lesser illuminaries are working for the big Illuminati. So the big Illuminati are using the lesser Illuminati. The lesser illuminaries are just stars.
Now we have pictures with the president with his hand stretched out, holding a red rose.
But I have about 15 major color pictures of communist leaders throughout the world holding a red rose in their hand. And these are from newspapers and magazines. I began to pick up on this because someone alerted me to it, that the symbol of the red rose implies not only socialism and communism, but a secret society operating behind socialism and communism that uses a red rose.
This way out Willie holding the rose. We find Khrushchev. We find
all the communist leaders,
all the communist leaders, and then we find the president of the United States over in his early years leading anti-American demonstrations in the Soviet Union.
Well, I know, but I'm saying that it's not enough to say these things. You really must show the pictures so that people will see that what we're talking about here are symbols and emblems.
Well, even Hitler used red and black, didn't he?
Yes, he certainly did.
You know what these rappers, all these singers, all these big rappers y'all look up to? They always tell you what the good part about, but they never tell you what the bad part. And that's crazy, man. Yeah, they got all this money, but they're dealing with emo spirits. They're dealing with killing themselves.
It looks like YK Osiris is finally done getting passed around the industry like an escort, because he just exposed Diddy for forcing him into freak-offs and making him his little boy toy. Now, there have been rumors going around over the years of Diddy turning aspiring artists into his little twinks for some years now, but people started to suspect that he was doing the same thing to YK when he flew him out to Jamaica for a secret vacation. The crazy thing is, Diddy isn't the only one who's been rumored to have been involved with YK. Word on the street is Drake might also be a little fruity and has been hooking up with YK on the low for some time now.
I want to get out this music industry because this is not for me, but I do it because I feed my family. But I don't want to be in this. This is not what God want me to do.
Do you guys think there's any way that Elon Musk is not controlled opposition, bro? Do you think? First of all, his Twitter profile picture is literally him wearing a fucking Baphomet. Oh, it was just a Halloween costume. Why would he make it his profile picture, bro? Oh, he's just messing around. Dude. Someone could rub shit on your face and you still wouldn't smell it. He just tweeted this picture with no context whatsoever, with shot from an angle to make it look like that right there, bro. And he's advocating for free speech, but he's also hanging out with world leaders that are all controlled by the same fucking people, bro. I think it's fucked up. It's fucked up, but here's what I think. I think Elon Musk is controlled opposition. He bought X as a free speech platform. Everyone who does speak their mind is going to be punished for it eventually. Social credit score will come out. And if one day back in 2020 when you had a controversial opinion, you're going to pay the price with your social credit score, and it'll be like a Black Mirror episode. Let's not forget that this dude wants to put chips in people's brains, bro. Maybe I'm just fucking tinfoil hat wearing crazy, I don't know. But throughout many times in history, there has been a controlled opposition, bro. Where he stands publicly as like the good guy, but he's just on their fucking team to create more division, bro. It's all fucked up. It's sad shit. I'm honestly not even wanting to make many videos recently because it's all just fuck. I could make so many videos, but it's just sad shit going on.
And it's not Muslims that are going to kill us. It's Jews. Who can't you criticize in America?
The Jewish lobby.
Yes. On both sides. Right. that tells you who controls the country. But his hands were tied. Who ties the president's hands?
Someone more powerful than the president.
Yes. Jewish mafia. I personally believe Israel put out John Kennedy.
If you had your higher sensory perception turned on all the way up to the 15th dimension,
We could understand that.
this is what we look like. Okay? Now, most systems that teach you about the auric field and all of that will take you up to about, let's see, D1, 2, 3. They take you up to the 7th level. They'll show you the 7th level of the aura. They usually don't show you what's beyond there. Not a lot of people know what's beyond that, but some people do. The guardians do.
Was by 2023, we will reduce the number of people in the world by 50%. I think today, this dream is becoming. Was by 2023, we will reduce the number of people in the world.
I'll show you an example at the end of this video of why I have my Tibetan song bowl ready and waiting to go for my baby daughter when she's born. There is much about sound, frequency healing, cymatics, and even the building tools we use to build some of these old world magnificent structures. But one thing the old world knew is the power of sound and cymatics in our own bodies. Like I said before, the old world was built like a massive computer, and we were part of that. To understand this universe, you must understand frequency and vibrations. Why do you think they worked so hard to remove all the bells from the old world? Now, as I said in the beginning of the video, here's an example of what frequency and vibrations can do to our bodies. Turn up the sound and listen with your headphones.
The reason for this unawareness of the frightening danger to our country and to the entire free world is simple. The masterminds behind this great conspiracy have absolute control of all of our mass communications media, especially television, the radio, the press, and Hollywood. The operations of these organizations were and are masterminded and controlled by the internationalist bankers, who in turn were and are controlled by the Rothschilds. Zini had enticed an American general named Albert Pike into the Illuminati. Pike was fascinated by the idea of a one-world government. Between 1859 and 1871, he, Pike, worked out a military blueprint for 3 world wars and various revolutions throughout the world, which he considered would forward the conspiracy to its final stage in the 20th century. Shortly after the Civil War, a young immigrant who called himself Jacob H. Schiff arrived in New York. Jacob came here to carry out 4 specific assignments. Number 1, and most important, was to acquire control of America's money system. Number 2, find desirable men who, for a price, would be willing to serve as stooges for the great conspiracy and promote them into high places in our federal government, our Congress, and the U.S. Supreme Court, and all federal agencies. Number 3, create minority group strife throughout the nation, particularly between whites and blacks. Number 4, create a movement to destroy religion in the United States, but Christianity to be the chief target.
Yo, my friend, excuse. Stop standing in front of the thing. Wait, what's going on? Are these coincidences on WhatsApp? Look at the numbers written there. What's up with this 25 number? Okay.
Osiris is the founder of the Jedi Knights. D-J-E-D-I. You thought the Jedi came from Star Wars, didn't you? No. Star Wars copied that from the text, from the Kemet information. Osiris is the originator of the Jedi. I taught this in my Egyptian mystery school, which is on Forbidden Knowledge TV. So the Jedi Knights did not originate in Star Wars in Hollywood. They originated because they actually are part of the Osirian system. And who is Osirian? Who is Osiris and the Osirian? It's Orion, the belt of Orion. Those stars have planets orbiting them. The origins of the Jedi come from that region of the sky, according to the text. So we're talking about the constellation of Orion moving in coordination with Earth, with the alignments on Earth, which align with Orion. And it's said that those alignments happen every 13,000 years, which is right about now. And that when those alignments occur, the Jedi rise and awaken again. So we're living in the time of the rise of the Jedi right now. This is the time to rise and become the Jedi.
Go look at the interview with John McAfee a couple years before he died, where he said,
I donated to many secretaries within the government laptop computers, really nice ones that were preloaded with viral spyware. Within a week, the entire government computer system was under my control. I was watching, monitoring, listening. I was looking for information that they had set me up for that raid. I didn't find that. I did find out that the Minister of National Defense was the largest drug trafficker in all of Central America. The Minister of Immigration, the largest human trafficker.
You don't think people are out here playing chess, bro? You must be delusional.
Statue called the Statue of Liberty. It's holding the torch of illumination, which is the Promethean torch of Freemasonry. And if you go to the Statue of Liberty, you'll see a bronze plaque inside saying that this was given to the government of America by the French Grand Orient Temple Masons. And it is a symbol of Grand Orient Freemasonry in America, the holder of the light. And that's exactly the same torch that is carried during the Olympics. It is the torch of Prometheus.
It's not the torch of freedom.
No, it's not the torch of freedom.
Of the Illuminati.
Illumination. To add also that on the back of the Liberty dime, on the back of the old dime in America, there was the fasci, which you look in the encyclopedia or dictionary, you look at the word fascism, you'll see that the symbol for world fascism was a bundle of sticks, a bundle of rods with a hatchet head. That was on the back of the
Well, you see that
dime.
on each side of the speaker's podium at Congress.
Oh, absolutely.
So they have the fasci on each side.
Absolutely, and it's also the symbol for the United States Senate is the fasci. But the point I want to make is that was on the old dime. Now on the new dimes, you will see it has been transplanted a torch instead of the old fasci, because fascism was used at one time to prepare the world for the New World Order. Now the New World Order is in place. That's why on the dollar bill it says Novus Ordo Seclorum, is New Order of the World. This is the Roman Empire right now. We are the modern day Roman Empire. We are Rome. We are the great Egyptian empire of the pharaohs. The Mississippi, according to the secret societies, the Mississippi is referred to as the Nile.
Well, that's
Down
true.
the Nile, you have all the cities on the Nile. Memphis,
exactly. I was going to say.
and Cairo. All these cities named after Egyptian cities on the Mississippi. Why? It's because America is perceived by the founding fathers as the great restoration or the reborn empire of the Egyptian empire to dominate the globe. And then, of course, once the Roman Catholic Church moved in on us, they saw what was going on, that there's all this bunch of bull about freedom and liberty and justice for all. The Vatican said, no, thank you. You need to remember the Vatican has for over 3,200 years, Rome has dominated Europe under the Roman Empire of the Caesars, and then for the last 1,600 years under the Vatican. Rome, the Holy Father, runs Europe, period. I just feel it's an idea whose time has come to tell the people what's really going on. You've been had. The whole world's been had, because there is no freedom, liberty, and justice anywhere. We're told that the fish symbol was connected to Christianity, and that's because, obviously, Christianity has an astrological connection also. It was the age of the two fishes, which is Pisces. So we always have the fish symbol. And this is why the Pope's headdress and the Pope's mitre is a fish head. It represents a god. So when you see the Pope in Rome, he is not representing Jesus. He's not representing anything holy. He's representing the old Roman established religion. The very universal religion of ancient Rome was the worship of the god Dagon. Look it up in a dictionary. D-A-G-O-N, Dagon. And today, Catholic Church is the representation of Dagon worship on the earth. All you need to do is go through all of the Vatican with all the symbols and emblems of Dagon. And the Pope represents the vicar of Dagon, the one who represents Dagon, by the fish head. It's a fish head. As a matter of fact, the very word nun, the women are called nuns. Nun is a Hebrew word for a fish. N-U-N-N is a fish. So it's all based on astrology, the age of Pisces, the two fish. Jesus feeds his followers with two fish. Of course, the two fish is a Pisces.
Let me tell you something. This is the way the world works. God runs the world. Then under that, you got 1,000-year-old families, Medici. Under that, you have the Vatican, the Pope. Under that, you have the financial groups that control all your shit. BlackRock, Vanguard. After that, you have Putin. You have Trump. You have all this shit. And after that, you got what all this shit is. Entertainment. Hollywood. Take that, run that back, run it in schools. When I first put the tweet up, I was dealing with a divorce lawyer. And I explained to the lawyer what my issue was. And his response was to me, if you keep up this anti-Semitic rhetoric, then you won't see your kids. A nigga I knew said I couldn't have an opinion or I wouldn't see my kids.
When it comes to discipline, we have to sacrifice loved ones.
You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. You see, it ain't no name I won't name. It's up. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I appreciate
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
The elites of this world believe in something called karmic retribution, which means as long as they tell you what they're about to do, it's okay for them to do it.
Its reign of terror.
Gangway! Have to see New York? We could all go with the bus company's special super sitter fare. $9? This one's on me.
Let's hope Osama bin Laden doesn't know show tunes. God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it.
Wait and see! No, you're stupid!
Well, you're stupider!
No, you're...
And I'm out of here.
Well, my friend, have you seen the strange things today? Well. I've seen things that have been surprising. Today, good vibes. So, I've come across extremely interesting information. What about you? You see, it's always my first time also watching these videos. So, good vibes. So, leave your comments also so we may understand one another. To wrap up, I'll share with you something. This is what it says. O Lord, I say to you, you are my God. Hear, O Lord, my cry for mercy. O sovereign Lord, my strong deliverer, who shields my head in the day of battle. Do not grant the wicked their desires, O Lord. Do not let their plans succeed, or they will become proud. That, my friend, is from Psalms 146 going down. Interesting, child of God. May the Creator always protect you from wherever you are, be with you, and guide you in their ways. Let's give thanks to this mighty Creator who has gathered us and united us to this point. Dear Lord Father, thank you for your goodness. Thank you for the beginning and this point we've reached, Father. All glory and love and honor belong unto you. Dear Lord, thank you for this child of yours who is watching up to this point. Dear Lord, bless them abundantly. Forgive them all their sins, Father. And everyone who has clicked this video, dear Lord, be with them, Father. Grant them the desires of their hearts, dear Lord, and walk with them. Help us, Father, to grow in knowing you more, Father, and increase our love. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we do pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Peace and love be with you, my friend. Good vibes and blessings from wherever you are. Bye bye. See you next time. Good vibes.